Hello everyone, it's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and I'm here to visit everyone's Equestria. I hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day and are having a lot of luck with the campaign. I unfortunately am not. Excuse me also. Um, it's just, this campaign, I feel like it requires lots of rubies to get through it, unfortunately, and I don't have them, and I feel like you also have to have the characters. This one was definitely boosted towards grabbing lots of money, unfortunately. So, anyway, getting past that, I'm going to try to visit everyone's Equestria. Ponyville, to be exact. First is Sapphire Days. Sapphire Days just added me, and lucky for them, it actually worked. Hello, Sapphire Days? And okay, this is strange. I know I've been here before. This game's just acting up. Yeah, I've been here before. Um, well, Sapphire Days, you got to show up twice, and that actually looks pretty cool what they did with the town hall. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. The game just, it's not consistent whatsoever. That being said, I have seen some new news for MLP related things. The BabsCon has been canceled because of the virus that's going around, which I can't blame them. It's unfortunate. Like I said, it's probably not a good idea to go to any conventions at the moment anyway. Also, apparently, they had a new animation for the other MLP show they have, because they have, the Pony Life. Then they have another one that's completely computer generated. I think the other one is like claymation, but this one's computer animated, 3D. Apparently, there's a little bit of controversy with it because the woman that plays as Rarity is not Tabitha St. Germain. I still haven't seen it, and I am subscribed to Hasbro, so I don't know why the video never showed up in my subs. I'll have to find it, but apparently some people are not happy with Rarity's voice. And I will not be doing that. Skylanders is pretty much a dead game, unfortunately. Too difficult to do anything in it. Since it's a dead game, they should have done what other online-only Skylander games did in the past, which when the game was going to die, they just unlocked everything for everyone and you can fully upgrade everything, so you didn't have to worry about stupid stuff. Didn't worry about having to deal with grinding for things that take 5,000 years to get through or to complete. Sorry for rambling about that. Other than those two things, I haven't seen anything MLP related. But if you've seen this animation that people are talking about, let me know what you think about Rarity having a different voice actress. Personally, I love the original voice actresses. They are the character as far as I'm concerned. But, there's been some very good VAs in the fandom that do also play as the characters, and they are very good at imitating, Tabitha St. Germain, Ashley Ball, Tara Strong, and, the other ones. And so as long as it's that they're trying to imitate those, I definitely will like it. But if it's like they're trying to do something else altogether, then I will disagree with it. Okay, I'm assuming this is another person that I just recently added, but because of this game, you never know anymore. Unfortunately, I can't visit them. Okay, we're going to go visit Flash. Not really, we're not visiting Flash. Or them, or Prim Daisy, probably. Jet Cookie. Oh, I guess we're going to have a long string of people I can't visit. Princess Night. That's a very nice name. Reminds me of Princess Luna. Timid little critter. That name sounds familiar, which makes me very concerned that the game has screwed up again and I'm getting nowhere when it comes to progress of visiting people's equestrias. Princess Days, Shining Music, Berry Star. That's a pretty nice name. Okay. Hello, Berry Star. Here you go. They've had a lot of visitors, apparently. Um, this place looks familiar also. So, my system is starting to fail because of how the game is malfunctioning. This place is very cool, by the way, and my favorite spot was either over here or over here. I think it was probably over here, to be honest with you. And it's for the reasons I normally would say. It's because of all the different types of trees. And they did a good job mixing it up with the trees and the terrain and scenery. It looks very, very nice. The whole place is very, very nice. Yeah, I definitely have been here before. I'm sorry, everyone. Thank you, Barry Star, and I wish you good luck in your campaign. This is getting really, really hard to do, especially with the game malfunctioning in the way it is. And you can tell there's something wrong because, like, I just added a bunch of people, and it's showing those people I just went to as not being on my thing of people I've marked off as places I've been to, and yet they are places I've been to. So I just, this is getting very frustrating. It's like situation like in the Blair Witch where they've been magically looped so that no matter where they go, they're ending up in the same spot. That's kind of what I feel like right here. No matter what I do, the game will remove people and then add people, and then I get mixed up. I'm gonna check them out or not. Well, there's that. Um, been looking at not really MLP related, but since we're gamers, saw that they had two different videos for the specs for the Xbox Series X and then the PlayStation 5, and people are super impressed with Xbox. Um, in fact, the PlayStation representation they had was not liked. A lot of the people watching it felt like they got trolled because they were hoping for all these showcases of games and stuff, and it didn't happen. In fact, when I was watching it, I was more or less paying more attention to chat, but it was almost like they just up and canceled the stream. Now, specs are not everything. Games are what are the real deal breaker. I can't even talk right. Games are the real deal breaker, and the console wars. And to me, still Xbox is the best one because of Halo. That's just such an amazing first party series. It is the greatest first party series as far as I'm concerned. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, first party is the games that are linked to the company that actually make the game system. So they're not going to, show up in other systems for the most part. I mean, there might be some exceptions, maybe, but for the most part, they're not going to show up in other systems. Like for Nintendo, it would be Star Fox and Samus Aran from Metroid and Mario, stuff like that. And then for Sony, I guess it's God of War. It's the only one I can think of. I mean, then they have a whole bunch of Japanese games, most of them, if not all of them, I don't really care about. Not to knock Japanese, it's just like one of them's about being a yakuza, which I don't care about, and then ninjas and samurais, which some of the stuff I played in the past was really good, but it doesn't look appealing to me at the moment. Okay, Sparkly Token. That sounds like a cool name, but can't visit them. Can't visit them either. But the first party stuff they've had on Xbox is what has blown me away, especially Halo, and then after that, Mech Assault, which is part of Mech Warrior and BattleTech, which people are hoping more of that's going to show up on Xbox, and I would really love it if it did. Play Mech Warrior online occasionally. I really like it. Last time I played it, I tried my new joystick on it, and that joystick didn't work. In fact, I feel like I've been gypped. Like the joystick doesn't work on anything, even though it's supposed to. Have been having problems with it in Ace Combat. Okay, here we go. Hi, Slippery Dinosaur, 3020. Here you go, and I wish you a good luck in the campaign. I'm pretty sure I've not been here. This place looks pretty cool, and that name does not sound familiar. Um, I like this stretch of land right here that they have, and it's enclosed with a miniature wall of trees. It's pretty cool. That stretch right here might be my favorite part. Looks pretty nice. And I love all the rocks they have. It adds a lot of character. Starlight and Pinkie Pie right there. What's strange is they have a miniature Cloudsdale going on right there next to Twilight's element. But it still looks cool, so it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah, this place looks very cool, and I wish Slippery Dinosaur good luck. Notice the sound was off. It's like, you know what? I hope I forgot to turn up the volume, and then it's not that my recorder's set to internal recording. Otherwise, my whole commentary has been ruined. um, anyway, but yeah, and then like there's other things I really miss on Xbox that they haven't had in a long time, like Miss Explosion Man and Explosion Man. That's a pretty funny series. Foxy was an Xbox exclusive now that it went over to Nintendo, but I still like Foxy. It plays a lot like Mario. If I were to compare Foxy to Mario himself, I like Foxy more, and I like Foxy games more than the modern Mario games. But if I were to pick which one has the best games, it's going to be Mario, and that's going to be Super Mario and Super NES, obviously. And if you count the off-shot ones, it's definitely going to be Wario Land 2 on Game Boy, and then after that, Virtual Boy. Actually, the Virtual Boy Wario is probably the best one. It's just the problem is it's on Virtual Boy. That's not an easy thing to play anymore. My Virtual Boy is pretty much wrecked at the moment, and there's no way I'm going to be able to play it. Um, then I have the Wario World on GameCube, which I really do need to finish that, but my GameCube is not in the best condition. There's been a couple times where I'd use it and it just shuts itself off. Also got the wrong Nintendo Wii. I wanted the one that is backwards compatible with GameCube games. I accidentally got one that's not. I thought the most modern one was the one, but apparently it's not. It's the first generation Nintendo Wii that was the only one that's backwards compatible. They just need to re-release all the Wario games. I'm a huge Wario fan. I like Wario more than Mario. Out of the Mario series, Wario is my favorite one. Um, but out of Nintendo, my favorite character is either going to be it's a tie between. Let me rephrase it. If I were to pick a favorite series in Nintendo, it's a tie between Star Fox and Metroid. That's more my thing. Not to say I don't like the other ones, because one of my most favorite games is also Zelda on the Super NES. And then after that, it's Super Metroid. Most of my favorite specific Nintendo games are on the Super Nintendo. When it comes to Star Fox, though, it's a toss up. It's either going to be a tie between the Super NES Star Fox, or it's going to be Star Fox 64. And the reason the Super Nintendo one is still a contender is because that one is slightly more serious and it has the better music. and it has a couple things in it I like more. But overall, excluding those individual things, there's a lot of things in the Star Fox 64 game I like more, a lot more. Um, had a lot of cool things going for the graphics, animation, the talking in it's cooler. In the original Super NES one, it's written dialogue and then they do a weird sound effect whenever they talk, like ribbit ribbit or some weird weird sounds that you wouldn't expect them to make. But it's cool that they can actually talk in the 64 one. You have better play control in the 64 one. The colors and animation are cooler. Overall, the yeah, I guess I could say that one is more fun, and the actual enemy bosses in it are way cooler. Having antagonists like Star Wolf is really awesome. There's nothing like that in the Super NES one, but at the same time, you have more extravagant bosses and levels that have a lot. They're a lot more energy packed. Like the battle against Andross's armada on the easy route, that's a pretty epic level. And then fighting the core ship is just awesome. Okay. Anyway, Mrs. Cake. No, Speedy Days. We get to visit Speedy Days. Here you go, Speedy Days. And I wish you a lot of luck in this campaign that we're in. This place looks excellent too. Has everything I like. Has lots of character from the rocks, has lots of trees, especially in this spot. And I am going to have to pick what is on the screen as my favorite section. That looks very cool. Oh, there's Applejack dancing around. There's no trees to buck around here. Actually, should have to go over here to buck some apples. So, this looks pretty cool too. He's probably trying to steal that pot of gold. Um, but yeah, this place is very cool, and like I said, I do wish Speedy Days good luck in the campaign that we're going through. Hope he speeds through it. So, yeah, the other Star Foxes to come after it, I can't really speak much about them. They have really cool things about them, but glaring flaws. Like they have a Star Fox game on the 3DS, and you can also play as all the Star Wolf members. But it looks like you have to use the touch pin to control them, which I don't know about doing that for a flight simulator or flight arcade game. And then they have the one where Star Fox is suddenly in an adventure game like Zelda. I mean Link, I should say, and he's fighting dinosaurs. And apparently, I watched a making of thing for that, and apparently, that wasn't actually ever meant to be a Star Fox game. It was meant to have other characters in it, but like something fell through. I don't remember the specifics of it. I don't remember if they lost funding or Nintendo wasn't interested in it anymore because it had characters they didn't think were appealing. But one thing led to another, and then they replaced all the original characters that were going to be in that game with Star Fox characters. So that's how that happened, and it just does. That's my least favorite Star Fox game. In fact, not only is it a least favorite, I just don't like it. Period. I don't want to play that one unless I was gonna do some kind of Star Fox marathon. I haven't played the original Star Fox 2, which is on the Super NES Mini, but I would love to someday. Um, let's see. I'm not really a big fan of any of the other Nintendo exclusive stuff. Pokemon's okay. Never really got into it. I had some of the games and I got lost pretty easily. I got frustrated because I didn't really get the mechanics to a degree. I was upset with the fact that I wasn't getting any of the Pokemon that I actually liked. Not really realizing at the time that Dragon Pokemon, I guess, are already super hard to get, so it's not like you can just get them really fast. So I kind of got out of it. I will say this: there was one Pokemon game that I really enjoyed, and that was the camera Pokemon game. That was pretty fun, and they do have a funny video based off of it. So other than that, like if I were to go to PlayStation stuff, there's not really anything exclusive I like at all. I love Twisted Metal, but it's pretty much a dead series, and I haven't seen anything for it in a very long time. Uh, I used to really, well, I still really love Armored Core, but it got wrecked really bad on PlayStation 2. And by the time they had the third one, it was kind of too late. That the third one repaired a lot of the damage done by the second Armored Core game, but it still didn't completely fix everything, and the music was kind of lame in it, and it wasn't fixed until it became a multi-platform game. So by that point, there was like no point in getting a PlayStation for me. Okay, Sapphire Nights. We get to visit Sapphire Night. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Here you go, Sapphire Night. This place also looks incredible. And Rarity's out in the outskirts of town. That seems pretty cool. Seems about right. She has like all this place to her own to work on her new fabulous lines that will revolutionize the fashion industry. She has to do it in private. Also, that's where the aliens come. Um, or go, I should say. But this is all very cool. I love all the detail that's done here. Oh, unfortunately, they haven't gotten those two elements. Actually, I'm wondering. Oh, they haven't activated. They're probably building up a lot of elements. They have activated rarities and Pinkie Pies. But either way, it looks very cool. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it's either going to be right here or right here. But to be honest with you, it probably is this spot right here. This is my favorite spot that they have made on their map. So, yeah, Sapphire Night, I wish you good luck. And I think this is going to be my last one for the day. And in a second, I'm going to show you my friend code once it loads. And then I'm going to do a reading for the Black Book. This should be easy to get past because I don't really need to. Okay, go to profile. Okay, don't forget my friend code is at the top top left hand corner. So, okay. And gonna quickly open these because you're crushing my ponies. You destroyed my Tira cake. It took 5,000 years to bake. Everything takes 5,000 years here, actually. So it's not that much big of a deal. Okay, so now for the reading. From the little black book. Samaritans. When Assyria conquered the Jews of the northern kingdom of Israel in 721 BC, they deported a large number of Jews to other parts of the vast empire and brought into the area many people from other nations they had conquered. Since many of these people intermarried with the Jews who remained in Israel, the population became a mixed nationality, no longer purely Jewish. These people also followed religious practices that were not wholly Jewish. Because the capital city of the kingdom of Israel was Samaria, the people came to be known as Samaritans. When the Jews of the southern kingdom of Judah returned from exile in Babylon in 538 BC, the Samaritans actively opposed their desire to rebuild the city of Jerusalem. So by the time of Jesus, there was lingering hostility between Jews and Samaritans. Since the Samaritans lived between the Jewish territories of Galilee and Judah, many Jews going to and from the Jerusalem had to pass through their land, Samaritans were often hostile to these travelers. You pray for the hungry, then you feed them. This is how prayer works. Pope Francis. The woman said to Jesus, Sir, you do not even have a bucket, and the cistern is deep. Where then can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the cistern and drank from it himself with his children and his flocks? Jesus answered and said to her, Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I shall give will never thirst. The water I shall give will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life. John 4:11 through 14. The Samaritan woman at the well didn't quite grasp what Jesus was teaching. She wondered how he could give her living water without having a bucket. Sometimes I can get a little mixed up myself, usually because I, too, am thinking on a different level, lost in all the concerns of my own life. Jesus pointed out to the water in the well and said, Everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I will give will never be thirsty again. God is caring for me right now. God has something to give me right now. Do I accept this care or get lost in my own concerns? Jesus could say to me, as he said to the Samaritan woman at the well, if you but knew the gift of God. That is today's Black Book reading, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you have lots of luck with this campaign. This campaign feels like a huge Ruby/money grab. I'm having such a hard time with it. Anyway, stay safe and have a good day.